Now what I want to do is I want to just take one of these beams, and I'll go back to that same first floor view. And I'm going to click on that one and just do a mirror, basically. I'm going to use this tool here, which is the mirror draw axis. And I'll just draw a line that's 45 degrees. And that'll copy a beam down so that it rotates kind of 90 degrees, and I'll see it in the north-south orientation. Okay, so I'll go to first floor. I'm going to zoom in on that corner. And I'll just make sure my columns are on. Okay, so there's my column. I select the beam. Now at the moment this one is associated with an array group. So I'm going to actually ungroup this so I can access just that one beam there. So make sure that you can actually see just the one. I could have just basically arrayed the whole group as well, but I just want to kind of focus the demo on just doing an individual one for now. So I've got that beam selected. I can see the properties for it here in the properties windows. These are the instance properties for that beam, so I know that I've got it isolated. And what I'm going to do here is just click on, as soon as I select it, I'll automatically see this Modify Structural Framing tab come up. And I want to click on Mirror Draw Axis. And with this, I'm just going to click for starters. 2 clicks for this one. First click's just going to be right in the middle, intersection of the structural grid line. And then I'm going to drag up to the left until I can see that snap to 135. And it'll put a beam 90 degrees to that original one. Okay, and I'll just check that in my 3D view. Okay, so there we are in the northwest corner of the building. Luckily, it doesn't prevent me from doing this, even though I've got a little bit of overlap here. That's alright. We're going to do a little bit of an offset here to correct that. We're just going to select that beam that we just put in place running north-south, and we're going to adjust the offsets here so that it's negative 200, and that's 200 millimeters below second floor. And I'll click apply, and it'll drop down so that it's 100 millimeters below the east-west beams. And the reason that we do that, of course, is because we want joists to span from east to west. And when those joists are in place, we want the tops of the joists to be flush with the tops of the beams, so that we can lay our floor right across the top of that. Okay, so it's going to look like this. If those beams were at the same height, then when I put the joists on the north-south beams, then the tops of the joists would be higher than the beams on the perimeter, and then that decking, that floor, wouldn't run straight across. So that's why I have to have that subtly different set of circumstances there. It just means that everything lines up. You can see in that view there, I've got tops of joists and tops of beams lining up. 100 millimeters. Yeah.